Yes, people, welcome to the Loaded Cannon channel, AlbertJTV fan cam. Bournemouth nil, the mighty Arsenal 4. Clean sheet on the road yet again at the Vitality Stadium. We beat the Cherries, people. So let's get into it. How are we going to start? We start with a team lineup as normal. Some boosts for Arsenal. Declan Rice starts, Bukayo Saka starts, and Trossard is on the bench. So these guys must be okay and fit to play, which is a key thing because, as you've seen in the Premier League, a lot of teams have got injuries. But to get some of the key boys back, in particular Declan Rice, being fit to play, makes such a massive difference to the levels in our midfield, people, man. Honestly, obviously Havertz starts a Premier League game today as well, but I actually thought Bournemouth started well. We know what their problem is in terms of Bournemouth. They just can't score goals to save their life, and it showed because they had good possession, but they was a little bit toothless and didn't really create any opportunities where they really worked Stafford Rare, if you think about it, in the first 15, 20 minutes. But once Arsenal got the goal from Bukayo Saka, I thought Jesus looked like he didn't look like he tried to go for goal. So when it came back off the post, great balling by Merton Odegaard. And Saka's there again, man. Listen, there's weeks where we as Arsenal fans scrutinise his performance, and rival fans like to do it as well. But he always affects the game, whether it's assist and whether it's a goal. And he scored again today. So again, that settles us down. Get the goal in 16 minutes, and then we dominate possession, really, to be honest with you. There were moments he got a little bit scrappy in terms of fouls and from Bournemouth, and generally the play just being scrappy between both teams. But I generally felt in the first half we controlled it, we dominated it, we didn't really look like we was in any trouble. I thought in the first half, I thought we defended magnificently. They got some big boys in their side, Bournemouth, and we dealt with them very, very well. We was good in terms of being on the cover, being in the right position at the right time. A great block by, I think, Gabriel in the first half, and Solanke was through on goal. So defensively, we were solid. And we have a good away record for a reason, and it showed today, despite the deficiencies of Bournemouth. And then obviously we get the penalty from Martin Odegaard as well to make it 2-0. So it was comfortable in the first half. I don't really think that we didn't deserve to be 2-0 because I thought we did. Bournemouth huffed and puffed, but they lack quality in the final third, and they also lack the quality to score goals. And I knew that before the game, and it showed in the first half. But for me, it was about coming into the second half and maintaining the performance. And again, I thought we came out the traps. I thought we put them on the back foot. I don't really know what hit them, to be honest with you. They've got their own problems, and we emphasised that in terms of not giving them any opportunities, dominating possession, looking comfortable on the ball, and it showed we got the penalty, which was a Stonewall penalty on Martin Odegaard. And listen, we talk about Kai Havertz week in, week out. If it's not us as Arsenal fans, people in the main media organisations, they talk about this guy constantly. So to let him take the penalty, listen, the guy, in terms of how much he's struggling in terms of confidence, we're not going to really know that. And we're not really going to know that, to be honest, as fans. He's going to know that. So to get his first goal for Arsenal in the Premier League, absolutely massive. One, to raise the confidence. Two, to, again, be given another start in this Arsenal side. And, it's massive going forward for Kai Havertz to get the ball in the back of the net, whether it's an open play or if it's a penalty. A goal's a goal, and that was a great thing for Saka, and probably between Odegaard to let him take the penalty. So massive plaudits for that. And we could have scored more, and we made the necessary substitutions during the game to give people minutes, and ESR really should have scored, hit the target. But Benny Blanco, whatever you want to call him, gets on the score sheet. A rare goal from Ben White. Check for VAR. I mean, when I initially saw it, I thought, if this gets given offside, there needs to be conspiracy theories. Because that would, to me, it didn't look remotely offside, but the goal stood in 4-0, and you could even argue that 4-0 maybe even flattered Bournemouth a little bit, because you could have scored more. But listen, great to bounce back after the disappointment of last week. We go again in the Champions League, and then followed by the game against Man City. which I'm going to. Listen, we've had some amazing results go our way today. The likes of United lost, and also Wolves pulled out a result out of the bag, beating Man City at home. So they said football's a funny old game from a famous footballer many, many years ago. Rest in peace, Jimmy Greaves. And it's true. It's true. You take game by game, you win your games, you keep your clean sheets, you keep the pressure on, and you never know what can happen. They're a juggernaut with a side, Man City, but even as you saw today, they slipped up away to Wolves. That's a coupon buster, that one. But people, great defensive display. Like I said, another clean sheet away from home, and 4 goals scored. You know, improve that goal difference week in, week out. But people, drop your comments down below what you thought of the game, Arsenal's performance, the player of the match. If you were to push me on it, I'd probably give it to one of the defensive players. People might think, oh, you know what, he scored 4 goals. But when you go away from home, you need to be physically imposing and command and dominate. We did that defensively. And then we kept a clean sheet because of it. So people, this is AlbertJTV over and out for Loaded Cannon Fan Cam. See you soon.